you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I am going to put on my old school teacher hat today, and we are going to listen to a little segment of a video from Rhonda Byrne, who was my very first spiritual teacher. She was one of the writers of the book, The Secret, and that was introduced to me in 2013 or 14. I'm not sure which year it was. My daughter passed in 2012. I'm pretty sure it was 2014, because first I got introduced to Many Lives, Many Masters by Brian Weiss, which was all about living multiple lifetimes and reincarnation. And that really opened up my mind and my heart to help me heal, to know that my daughter is somewhere, and I just could really start my healing process. And it was actually like soul recognition for me. Like when I was reading and listening to that book, I was like, oh my gosh, because in the book, he talks about how his baby passed away. So I immediately felt connected to him. And then he started talking about how this woman was she was being a medium and talking to him about his son who had passed, but he didn't tell her. And she happened to be one of his patients because he was a psychologist, I believe. So that book broke me open, and it allowed me to, not be so rigid with the Catholic mindset. It broke me out of that. And then I started to really believe in spirituality, ascension, past lives, healing, all that jazz. And then The Secret was then introduced to me. And then I realized, oh my gosh, we can manifest, we can call in our desires. So since then, I've been manifesting $33 million. It's been on my board literally since 2014. It was in my office and all the different schools that I taught at. It's been in my home, in my Jeep. So anyway, this woman who we're about to listen to, she was one of the first voices I was listening to on my treadmill, in my office, at my school, at 4:00 in the morning when I would do my early morning workouts. And I would just listen to her over and over and over again. And I would be like, I want to be her. I want to be a spiritual teacher one day, teaching other people how to do this. And it's 2022. And here I am doing it in a small little version, but it lights my heart up to share this with you, because she is someone who I feel connected to. And I know a lot of you guys feel connected to me and my lessons. So I can resonate with, connecting with a spiritual teacher online and then really feeling like they hit your heart when they speak to you. So I'm going to share my screen real fast. And we're just going to listen to how she teaches about the law of attraction. And if you haven't learned this yet, I'm excited for you to hear. Here we go.
So when you think a deliberate thought of what you want, then law of attraction will employ the universe and all people, circumstances, and events to move you to what you've asked for, and to move what you've asked for to you. And so if you think about that, there is just action would be really, really hard for you to reach all of the people, circumstances, and events, manipulate all of them to receive what you want. And if you really reflect well on your life and things that have happened in your life, you'll kind of see that actually that happened for me. All I did was move to here, or all I did was move to there, and I received what I wanted. Thought creates all of the appearances in the world, and thought creates everything in your life. So it's pretty darn powerful, right? And what you think about is what you get. What you focus on is what will manifest in your life. And everyone is manifesting their day every single day. We're doing it. We are not aware, of course, necessarily of thoughts, but thoughts come, we energize them, and then they will manifest, unless we cancel that thought out with another thought, with a thought that contradicts it. But I remember...
Oh, sorry, I paused her in a really bad looking spot. I love what she just said there, because she talked about how you can cancel a thought out. So of course our mind is going to go there, and we're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm on a bridge driving. Am I going to drive off the bridge? And we can say, no, that's silly. That's canceling a thought out. We can choose a different thought. So don't be fearful. If you read the book, The Secret, the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, every time I think a thought, it's going to manifest. and I'm going to create bad things in my life. But no, what she just said is true. You can cancel out the thought and replace it with a better one. So in all of my videos, I talk about being mindful in the present moment and shifting your energy. And it's so important. It's exactly what she's saying. This next part it blew my mind. She talks about locking yourself into a room and manifesting something. And if you have zero resistance, that manifestation has no choice but to come to you in that locked room. It's really, really powerful. And I've actually experienced that in my own life. I've manifested certain things to my door and to wherever I am out in the world. So I encourage you all to listen to this, journal it, save it, let it sink into your bones and into your heart, and then practice it this weekend. Okay, here we go.
Levinson would say, every single thought manifests. And I just thought that was incredible. I had known the secret for years and years and years. And Lester Levinson was a real master. And he said every single thought manifests. And I was just, wow, that's how powerful they are. So thoughts are your superpower. To be, do, and have what you want to experience and have and do in your life. And so if you ask an athlete, or if you talk to a coach, a really brilliant coach, right, of a sports team, then you will find that visualization and these principles that I'm talking about are a big part of their training. They have to see themselves winning the game. They have to see themselves winning the match. There is a really incredible tennis player that's a very big fan, a champion tennis player that's a really big fan of The Secret, who uses The Secret. This is what he does. He sees that he has won the match before he walks out onto that court. And it's the same for teams. It's the same for athletes in the Olympic Games, running a race and seeing that they've won. Yes, they run the race, but what has them win the race is that they saw themselves winning before they even got on the starting block. And they saw it and believed it and felt it. And so they just, everything lined up for them in the perfect way. They drew the perfect lane. Everybody else was moved in exactly the right position, and they got a really great start and they won the race. And so thought is just so powerful. So athletes, but also, do you know, the astronauts in the Apollo program did visualization before they went to the moon, and they visualized landing back on Earth safely. And so that's how important visualization is. Just thought in pictures, by the way. It's still thought. It's just the same thing, okay? It's just thought in pictures. So if you took a person who had zero resistance and you locked them in a room, if you took a person that had zero resistance, that person thought about what they wanted, zero resistance, lock them in a room, what they wanted will come to them. The universe will move people, circumstances, and events and bring that right to them. It absolutely must. Because if you have no resistance, you have unleashed a law that just cannot be stopped. And so you will manifest. It will come to you. Now, one of the things that I think so many of us have, and which is why I wanted to talk to you about thoughts being more powerful than action, is many of us have the world belief that we have to work hard and struggle to have money to get anywhere. And I'm not saying that you don't take any action, but what I am saying is your superpower is to think and see what you want before you act, because then your action will be effortless, absolutely effortless. Now, if you just think about it too, action, you can't move without a thought. You can't take any action without the thought that you're going to act. Like, for example, let's say that you wanted, no, let's try this. So right now, I want you to act without a single thought.
So right.
Can you do it?
Can't even move my arm without telling my arm to move.
No, wait. You've got to have a thought first. That's like the power of thoughts.
All right. So basically, that is what I wanted to share in this video. So if we are in a room by ourselves and we're thinking thoughts and there's zero resistance, it has to come to us. It will move people, places, and things around us to bring us what we're thinking about, because it doesn't know that we're just thinking about it. It thinks it's our reality. So it has to align. So the way she words it is so beautiful. I don't know. I get mesmerized by her eyes. I just feel like I can feel her soul when she's talking, and she's so gentle and kind and loving. I just love listening to her and watching her. I really feel connected to her face, which is her energy. So if you feel connected with her, and maybe that was the first time you saw her, maybe not, go watch more of her, because she will bring you back into alignment. When you're having a stressful day, have her voice in your ear telling you that everything is coming to you. Now, the big piece that I wanted to talk about from that video was, well, okay, how do we're in the room and we're thinking our thoughts, but she said we have to have zero resistance. Well, what does that look like? What is zero resistance? So we have to literally see the thoughts that pop up that reject our manifestation. We don't believe it'll come to the room. We don't believe we're worthy of it. We don't think it'll ever happen. We have to see that the thought is popping up, and then we choose differently. Just like she said, we can reject a thought and we can replace it with a better one. So you could say something like, oh, your thought might be, oh, this is crazy. Why am I doing this experiment? What if it never comes? I'm going to be so disappointed. No, I don't think those thoughts anymore. Everything comes to me. Everything comes to me. Everything comes to me. And you just shoo it away. And I would love to add this real fast. I have a lot of male coaching clients who I speak to on Zoom. And I have a lot of guys in my life, like, family, friends, and they struggle so hard. They hold more masculine energy, and they struggle so hard with getting out of their logical part of their brain and stepping into their feminine and trusting. So it's almost like they don't even want to try manifesting because they're so scared that it won't happen. And then they have to deal with the disappointment. So for masculine energy, failure is a huge thing. They feel like if they're not providing for their family, if they're not making people around them feel safe, then they are not doing their purpose. And it is a very, very small feeling in their body, which makes them feel worthless. So the idea of dreaming something up and it not manifesting is more debilitating than not even trying. So they don't even try because they're just like, I can't put myself out there because what if it doesn't work? So that's strong masculine energy. And my job and other feminine's job is to open their hearts and say, listen, it can't hurt to try. If you ask for it, and if it doesn't arrive, then you know the universe is redirecting you, but at least you're trying to change your current path. You're trying and you're making an effort. You're not just sitting back and being a victim of life. So put yourself out there. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if things don't go the way you wanted them to go. Because sometimes the most amazing things in life are what are brought to us right after the worst scenario in our lives, whether we lose a job or we lose all of our money. And then all of a sudden, someone amazing walks into our life, or more money or a new opportunity. And we didn't think we could ever have that thing, but the universe brings it to you. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to get your hopes up and to, maybe manifest something amazing happening next week. And as soon as the voice comes in, it says, no, what if it doesn't happen? Then I'll be disappointed. No, I got nothing to lose. It's already not here. So why not ask for it? Maybe it will arrive. If it doesn't arrive, it doesn't change my certain circumstance. It's kind of like asking somebody out on a date. You ask a friend to go to lunch, or even like a guy or a girl, you ask them out. And if they say no, it doesn't change your current circumstance. You're still there on your own, doing your thing. But if they say yes, that's an added little plus to your day. It's like a cherry on top, but you're not going to die without them. You're not going to die if they say no. You're not going to die if your manifestation doesn't arrive, because you know that something better is coming. So releasing resistance is being aware of those thoughts that pop in and say, oh no, what if it doesn't come? I don't know what to do. I'm going to be so disappointed. Nope. I'm not going to think that. My life is already here. So it can't go worse. It can't get worse if you ask. The only way it could go is up from here. So why not ask? So I encourage all masculines, if you hold more masculine energy and you see life from more logic, you're a problem solver, you struggle to believe in all of this, I want you to take a risk this week. I want you to ask for something better for yourself, and then write it down. And don't, as soon as a thought comes in and says, what if it doesn't happen? No, I'm not going to think that. My reality is already here. It can only go up from here. So why not try? And then watch what happens. The universe is going to bring you the most amazing experience. And then you're going to be a believer. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, Michelle and like Rhonda were right. I could be in a locked room and I could just push away those thoughts and things still arrive. You don't have to take this crazy amount of action to earn money or to receive something. It's simply just attuning your body to feel good and to not listen to those thoughts. And then once you do it once, say you manifest $10, say you manifest a date with somebody. Once you do it once, all of a sudden you feel magical. You're like, oh my gosh. And for all of you logical people out there with that masculine energy, you're going to feel so freaking powerful that you learned how to do this, because for the rest of your life, you're going to manifest new homes, cars, tires, interactions with people, trips, first class tickets on a plane. You're going to have so much fun knowing that your thoughts can create a better experience for what you're about to experience. So take everything you learned from this video and from Rhonda and apply it to your lives. And don't worry about it not happening, because your life is already here. You're already here. Whether you think it's at rock bottom or not, I think it's awesome because you're alive and you're breathing and you're able to experience this magic. You're already here. The worst case scenario is you stay here. Why not ask? Ask for it. You're worthy of it. Open your heart to these ideas and change your energy. Feel good as much as you can throughout the day. And that's when it will show up in that locked room with you all by yourself. You'll start attracting millions of dollars, people, places, and things, and you don't have to do a darn thing. How cool is that? All right, lovies, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you felt about me sharing other videos of other teachers and then giving you my little take on it, because I really enjoy doing this. This is the old school teacher in me. This is what I used to do in my classroom. I would bring on all these authors and I would have kids listen to audiobooks, in the classroom, and then we would talk about it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know below if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.